Hey, it's been a while since I recorded, so a little thing about me is that for the past month or so I've been doing 6-day weeks at work. So basically I have to get all my recording done in one day, and then I spread out the releases of those to pretend that I'm the type of YouTuber who has an active release schedule, when I don't. So, it's been a week since I've played this file, but I've been playing on my main file, and so I will try to remember what it is I have done. I believe the past few days have been not quite spinning our wheels. We've been doing stuff like we got the chess puzzle solved and looked at the armory a couple times, used the axe. There were some other things maybe that we did that could help us in the future, but we haven't gotten any further on the sanctum keys. I think we still only have two of those. So I think some of the reason I was having so much difficulty with those, and it's only some of the reason, is I think I was pushing a little too hard into one or two puzzles to solve every day, which meant that if I didn't solve those particular puzzles, well, then nothing happened. So I think I want to open my horizons a bit, open my mind, allow the house to guide me a little more, and perhaps we can solve puzzles from there. Uh, yeah, let's try that. So maybe we get the Sanctum key with the vault today. Maybe we find a different one. Also, since my last recording, there's been a new patch for this game, mostly quality of life and bug fix stuff. The only things we might notice is we can now skip certain cutscenes like pulling antechamber levers, and we also no longer have to input safe codes. Um, for the safes we've already opened, which is all of them now, so they will all be open when we enter the room. You know what? Enough of this. Let's just start opening some rooms. Now, my strategy used to be just go out to the outer room and set that up, and that's a good strategy when you're first, getting those outer rooms. But now I know what they all are. What I want to do is open a couple rooms of the house because it may influence what room I want out there. Let's start with the den. That's always a good start, I think, because it's got the gem. Is there a trunk in there? There's not a trunk. There's just the gem. Then here I would want something that moves rightward. I mean, the kitchen's weird to put right here, but we could. Because I'm going to get that gem back here, and then I'd want a dead end in that spot directly to the east of the entrance hall, or perhaps a spot going straight like a spare room. So I'm going to drop the kitchen there, and then let's put a dead end here. This is a weird start to have two shops right out of the gate, but I don't want to block. You know what? I'm going to lean into the weirdness of this. This is weird. So I'm going to drop both of these. I have enough money to start purchasing keys, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to... Hold on. What if I do purchase keys and then I use them at the trading post? I can get a special key and then trade it. That's a potential thing. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's grab the gem so I'm not poor. Oh my god. And then let's go out and see what kind of room I can grab. Oh. From here. Was there anything else outdoors? We did the music sheet puzzle already, which I hope so, because otherwise I've just given away that the sheet music puzzle leads outside. So I don't want to clog up with classrooms today. I don't think that's what I want to do. I could do the root cellar to make dig spots, but I don't know why I would do that right now. So I think I'm going to just take the items. And since I have... Oh, no. Since I have the locksmith, I was going to say something about it, but it's actually not relevant. So the shovel and the lockpick. Ooh, that's nice. I have to sneeze. I'm allergic to lockpicks, so, it happens. Since I grabbed the lockpick from there, I don't have to purchase it from the locksmith. That saves me money there. Because the locksmith, I just happen to know because I've done it multiple times. We've only seen it once in the run. It happens to have a lockpick in there, but you'll find out it always has a lockpick kit. But I don't need to buy it now, so I can just buy a regular special key. And then I can start my day as well with a full set. Oh, Secret Garden Key is a great one to start with. And then I can do this for 3 keys. Now, it means I don't have any money left, but that's okay. I'm not really thinking of spending on anything else at the moment. Yeah, the kitchen's nice, but I don't want to buy stuff yet. You want to wait before you use that kitchen. So we're going to head to the den and open things up from here. Let's start with the corner, because if I'm lucky, I'll get the conservatory again. It would use my last gem, but I think I can find more. Okay, well, never mind. What I'm going to do is put the closet here and then use the den's north door to extend further into the place. Yeah, a big part of the mid-game is not so much you're solving puzzles every day, but you're setting yourself up for later puzzles. Like the first part, the early game, getting to room 46 is very much you got your day cycle and you're trying to, nail a good run on one day. And now we're not worried about that so much. We just want to get ourselves set up, and the conservatory is such a great way to do that because we changed the rarity of rooms. That means we can create much better runs in the future than what we have now. I'm trying to remember what I've upgraded. I've upgraded a couple rooms, I believe. Upgraded to the funeral parlor because I am a bad bitch and I like doing that. I've upgraded the storeroom. Give me gems. Reading nook is an upgrade. What else is that? So those 3 upgrades. We did. None of these can be upgraded. What am I looking at? I know I upgraded other stuff. Boudoir, that's upgraded. Hallways, this is upgraded. I think I've upgraded the courtyard as well, and the cloister. Yeah, we've done plenty of upgrades. Are any of these? I don't think you can upgrade any of the shops. And then none of these other things get upgraded. Okay, give me something with lots of exits. That would be the hallway. Locked trunk. Since I have 4 keys, I'm willing to waste... It's not really a waste. I'm willing to use a key on this, because there's a chance I get it back, and there's a chance I get tons of items. Well, that's my least favorite thing to see in the locked trunk, is coins. Those can be helpful coins, but I just used a key to get a bunch of coins, which means I feel short on keys now. This is a great place for security. It does use my final gem, so I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna take the risk that I get screwed over. I can find gems elsewhere, I hope. In here. And I think we've done Blackbridge. That was many days ago. So let's see what we got on. Nothing we can find on the premises. So let's set the security level to... Oh, we don't have the key card, so low, and set the offline mode to unlocked. And we'll find the breaker box, and that should get us set up for the day. And then let's go to the laboratories computer. So Swan Song and remote terminal access. Was there anything else? I could request a special order, but what would be good to put in here? So I'm setting myself up for the vault. None of these are going to be helpful. I think just any sort of item is probably going to be good. Metal detector can show up the commissary, but it's expensive. Magnifying glass is only useful if I need to look at certain documents. I think I'm going to set the shovel up to be there, because it's cheap-ish, and it'll at least guarantee me to have a shovel for the day. I can look at this now, but there's nothing in here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to remember where I've been. It's not just that I haven't recorded in 7 days, it's that I have my main file. I'm trying to stay ahead of this file on the main file. So I've played a lot of that one. So I'm trying to remember, what did I do in this one? What did I do in that one? We have not drafted this yet. Her Ladyship's Chamber. We're going to draft it. So, and it's got a queen. So I could do the chess puzzle from here. I don't want to. I want to keep this one on until I've exhausted the armory. Next time we enter a boudoir, we're going to gain 10 steps. The next time we enter a walk-in closet, we're going to gain 3 gems. So if I manage to make a walk-in closet, that's good. It's very purple. Does it never end? It does not never end. What else we got? We got some pictures. I do not offhand remember who this is. Or that. They're playing the music from the sheet music in the ballroom. Well, the sheet music on all of them. So I'm getting that theme again. Hey, upgrade disc. And her ladyship's diary, which is locked. So normal keys don't work. We have to find a very particular key for this. And yeah, I've gone a long time without finding it. I know where it is now, but we're not going to get this for a while. I'm just going to say, unless I get like an extraordinarily lucky run very soon. I have not been aiming to get this, so it's fine. We don't know what's in it yet. Now, this is my grandfather, Simon Sinclair. And if we can't tell from the paraphernalia in this room, it belongs to the Lady Epson, because there's lots of mention of the Lady Epson. Way back in like the first episode or whatever, we saw a note about, since the Lady Epson's death, we're not going to draft things in the West Wing. There's mention of the West Wing belonging to the Lady Epson. This is her room. Clara Epson, a grandmother, and that's her diary. And what else? I guess this would be her parents. I don't remember what they looked like. I don't really care. That's all we can interact with in here, I think. So we're going to leave. But we need to remember this room. When we first got to the conservatory a few days ago, I think, it mentioned that the way to draft this room is you have to be on the west wing moving south, which makes it quite difficult to draft because it's also a rare room. Oh, there's some... It just says here, Lady Epson. Okay, Clara Epson. And the style you find unique in the house, a fitting tribute to her childhood home in Araja. I think we read as well, like the Reddington book or something, talking about Featherfall Keep, about the people from Araja. So it's good to remember that my grandmother, from my mother's side, is Arajan. Let's put the upgrade disc in here, see what we get. Hey, billiard room. I like upgrading this one. You will now have the chance to set it. Who cares? So there's 3 editions, of course. Only one of which I ever want to take. So the speakeasy, we're not going to do. This makes the dartboard puzzle easy. And all I got to say is, if you do this, you're going to miss out on 2 very great upgrades. Sure, maybe you get some keys very easy, but you could also just learn to do the puzzles. They're not incredibly difficult. None of them require advanced math. It never goes beyond addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. You just have to learn what certain symbols mean and guess. It's really not hard enough for me to justify taking this upgrade. Sorry. If you take it, it's not that there's anything wrong with you. You're not an idiot if you take it. It's just you're going to miss out on stuff and you're not going to get anything extra. It's still going to just be either 2 keys or a special key. So these 2 upgrades are better. The break room, if you call it a day in here, then the next day you start with a key card. So I can just guarantee the key card. And as we saw in an earlier run, you can use the key card in the basement to call the elevator from the foundation. So if I start with the key card, I can just go to the basement to start the day, go up the foundation, and start my run really close to room 46. I don't often do that, but there are reasons to do it. The pool hall is going to add the Great Hall, the foyer, and the secret passage to today's draft pool. So when you enter, it's just going to make more hallways, I guess. I don't really care about this. This one doesn't interest me. I'm sure there's a strategy for this. I prefer the break room. Even if I don't want to do the trick of going up through the foundation, I still like starting the day with a key card because then I don't have to worry about the utility closet ever. I can just go to the security room and set the settings to high. Of course, it means I have to draft a break room the previous day and end the day there, so I do have to watch my step, but I like doing that. Let's see what we can get here. Is garage good? No. I want gems more than I want keys right now. Workshop's pretty good. Dark room, not until I get a utility closet, although it does open things up a fair bit. Let's workshop it. See what item we get, because it always has an item over here. Battery pack is nice. I don't have enough to make anything though, so we're not gonna continue on yet. I want to see what's on the other side at the lower ranks. Huh. So far, I'm having a fun day. I'm getting some rooms which are nice, but I don't yet see how this is going to help me solve puzzles. Should I spend on something here? I could just get the club sandwich out of the way. Tomato soup. I'm going to want to make a bunch of red rooms, I guess. But I guess if I were to make something like the weight room and make a ton of red rooms, then I could counteract the weight room by coming back here and taking the tomato soup. Drawing room. It's positioned in a bad way. Well, it's not bad. It's just that one of the doors is wasted. It's a free gem. So yeah, it costs a gem, but I'm going to get the gem right back from the safe. Corridor feels like a wasted spot because the door is going to be unlocked at rank 2 anyway. So I think I will take the drawing room. Purely for the receipt. It's already open. Already open. We can just go in and grab it. I like that. It just saves us a little bit of time. We don't have to do this puzzle every single day. So, anyway, the reason was I can get a free redraw here and get a room I'd like, which would be a T-shaped room. I guess chapel, which is... That's good for the kitchen. It's going to give me steps. Don't need the laboratory because I already used the experiment. Wait, hold on a second. I didn't use the experiment thing. Did I? I didn't set up an experiment because I'm an idiot. Because I was so convinced of the other, like the other stuff from logging the network. Okay, well, when I go back to security, I'm going to set up an experiment. Commissary, it's kind of wasted here. Storeroom's the best one for this because it's already a dead end, and it gives me the gems that I so desperately crave. Yeah, take my money, it's fine. Let's see. Funeral Parlor's okay here. I wouldn't do the puzzle yet because I'd only get 2 gems from it, and the whole point of making the Funeral Parlor is to just bust this wide open and get tons of gems. I guess I'm going to put the corridor here. I don't want to redraw here. I guess I'll put the corridor here, even though its special power is probably wasted. It's very unlikely this would be a locked door. Commissary could go here. Gymnasium could go here. I don't mind the step loss yet. Yeah, utility closet can negate the step loss, but we don't have one of those yet. We're not cool enough to have one of those. Courtyard is the play here, because it will have a shovel in it. It will not have a shovel in it. Oh, I already have a shovel. What am I talking about? It also doesn't have a different item. I think the only 3 items that can appear are shovel, metal detector, and sledgehammer. At least those are the only 3 I've seen in the courtyard. So if you want to get one of those items, let's say you already have the shovel, getting a courtyard is going to basically make it way more likely that you get one of the other 2 items. I don't want to use a key there yet. I want to make a dead end here. I mean, I could also make just a regular room. Do I want a boiler room? The only reason I'd want a boiler room now is to power up the pump room. But I wouldn't be able to do that with this setup. The reading nook goes the wrong way. It gives me a key, yes. It's not that you need the reading nook to draft a library. It's just a guaranteed library. But I don't want the library today. Commissary. Kind of a waste of a place to put it because it will open up into the space that the hallway is already opening up to. But I could make the junction around so that this is now a loop, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, no matter what, this is... Either this is a complete dead end, or it is essentially a dead end by going into a space that's already being used. So I'll take the commissary so I might be able to buy a gem back? I don't know. That's very cheap. Why is that so cheap? Oh, hold on. I remember why. Days 21, 20 and 21. It's day 20. It's just a free 50% off day. Okay. Well, let's take the sledgehammer and open up the trunk for free. Let's take the magnifying... What am I using the magnifying glass for? I don't know what I'm using it for, so I'm going to skip it. Where's the trunk? There it is. Hey, more gems. So, let's see what goes up here, or do I see what goes up in the gym? Which direction should I press on from? This I'm not too worried about yet. This I'd want to move in leftward, this I'd want to go straight, and that I'd want to go straight. So let me see if I can get a leftward facing room here. It won't be the secret garden, that's for sure. Library could go there. And yeah, I don't need any books out of the library, but I can draft a less common room out of it. Aquarium kind of wastes a spot here, which is why I probably wouldn't pick it there. Oh hey, get some steps back. So I think we've seen every book, but I might as well check one out. Is it worth checking a book out, though? Now I'm thinking about it. What if... Hey, you know what? First I'm gonna see what we get. Okay, this lockpick isn't doing any good yet. Treasure trove is good, though. Chamber of Mirrors. Have we drafted that yet? Let's draft something we haven't drafted. I think that's a more important thing to do. It's listed as a dead end, but it lets us draft second copies of rooms we have in the house. Now, this does clog up the draft pool, because now there isn't really a draft pool. I can just pull infinite amount of, say, courtyards. Which is going to make it harder to go for sanctum keys that require specific things. But I'm curious. I'm curious what we can get from this. So, okay, there's nothing in here yet. What we're going to do is press this button. And we notice that glass raises to the upper level there, which means we'd have to enter from that side. So it looks like we don't actually have a dead end. We just need to get in from the other edges. This is going to be somewhat tricky, because I will have to be careful with my drafting. Let's first build something around here. Yeah, I'll lose some steps, but I don't really care right now. Here is where I want to redraw and get a straightaway. But you know what? I didn't get anything. Storeroom, I could get some stuff. Boudoir, I could get some... I'm going to do this because ivory dice will be useful. I also have the safe, which is just open now. So yeah, we have the ivory dice, which will let me redraw in case I get a really poopy draw. Which way am I going to go? Let's go back through here. And get something... Now, if this pool were just facing the other way. The rumpus room is... I want something that goes up. Cloister is actually a pretty good draw for this. Dining room, probably better. Yeah, blocks off the hallway. But this has a blocked off thing. And there's only one exit I could use the special ability on. So I think I'm going to dining room here. Grab the lunchbox. And hope for something that goes straight. Spare room? Sure, why not? Okay, this run's going to just be a weird one now, because we're getting duplicates of rooms. So now we hit this button. That's going to open that right there. And what that does, it lets us cross in and press the button in that corner. So that's what we're going to do. Ooh, neat keys. So we're gonna be using some steps up. I'm sorry. Did we? Yeah, we got the lunchbox treat. So we go in here, press this one. Okay, well, if we get through that side, we'll be fine. Alright, so now I need to find a way. So I need to go to the workshop, and we need to get lucky. I only have one ivory die. We do have to go back to the gym, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I've derailed the run with the Chamber of Mirrors. Not in a bad way, but like now we pretty much just have to bank on this working out. I don't feel like I have a good chance to get anything else today, or at least nothing worth it. Let's start an experiment. Maybe I get something for that. Song. The thing I do wish about this, though, is that it wouldn't make you type the password every time. But now that I've played further into the game, I understand 100% why it does that. and there is a very good reason for it. But not having understood that for a while, it just felt like it was a big waste of time. Any second now. Thank you. Alright, let's get this going. We draft a red room, something like that. Letter to be delivered to the mailroom. This actually is something we haven't seen yet. I think we want to do this. Or have we not seen this? Did we do this one yet? But we want to deliver letters to the mailroom, because when you deliver them, they're there permanently, and they're going to contain some stuff we want. So I know I'm sort of looking ahead for that, but we've done these other ones, so we're going to deliver letters to the mailroom. And we're going to do it by unlocking or bypassing a security door, because I have the key card. So, and to do that, we're going to go back to the security terminal. Okay. Never mind. I guess I have to do it by doing this and logging back in. Keycard system, we're going to set the keycard settings really high. Although I don't think keys are going to be my problem. I think my problem is going to be bad drafting, because I can't get rid of dead ends. Like normally you put the dead ends in, they get out of your drafting pool, you don't get them later. But they can show up at any time now. Of course these can show up too, which is good, but I could get a bunch of dead ends and completely brick the run at any point. This is a pretty good draw. More ivory dice would make me happier, but that's a tall order. It's kind of hard to just get those when you want them. Okay, we're good on keys. Now this just needs to go straight. That has to go straight. Secret passage is good. Pool is also fine. No, it is not. Secret passage, we're going to do it. It does leave a space here, but I don't really care. We don't have to fill up our house ever again. And it doesn't matter what I pick here because the door is already set. So I'm just going to pick any old door. Okay, so we've got our third one. And that just opens these up, which we now have just access. So this one... There's keys in here. Here... Have I done this one? Yes. So... No. How do I get in the center? Oh, here, hold on. It's just open. Okay. We do this, we head up to the upper level. Now, this is where things get a little interesting. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, no. I'm not adding a copy. So what the Chamber of Mirrors is going to do, once you solve the puzzle in the center, you can add copies of other rooms permanently to your draft pool. I do not want to have 2 spare rooms. Spare room is nice for making a little connection, but I don't want multiple and they clog up the draft pool. They have nothing in them. So let me try to get to the other ones. So the spare room is this one here. I don't need this so much anymore. This will open... Yeah, now I can go up again and head to this cabinet. Now there aren't 4 rooms, I don't think. Oh, shoot. I can't go that. Yeah, I can go this way. So this probably just has an item in it. Yeah, it has a key. But there's going to be one more I can do. So, somewhere... Alright. I want to get... Yeah, I believe I want that one open. One more of these. Like, 2 of the cabinets have an item, like a key. 2 of them have a floor plan. Funeral parlor. Do I want 2 funeral parlors in my house? Because funeral parlors are nice. The trouble is, I don't ever really need that many. I don't want to clog up my draft pool with funeral parlors. They're not the most useful. This one's a trickier one, because I could use the gems from it. Like, I'll just double my gems for the day, essentially. Like, if I have two red rooms, and then make a funeral parlor, that's the third red room, I get 3 gems. Make another one, get 4 gems, that's 7 gems, for 4 rooms. But it does mean that I'm sitting on this extra funeral parlor. And there's no way to cull plans from your draft pool once you've added them, as far as I'm aware. So if I were to overfill my draft pool with tons of extra rooms, I'm now in a really tricky position where I can't clear my draft pool and get the rooms I want. But this is a good one to have multiple of, because gems are always nice. Huh. That is tricky. It does have an elbow bend, which could be useful. I feel like there's much better rooms than this, though. Right? You know what? Life is worth the risk, I think. So I'm going to take another one of those. Who knows when I'll ever see the Chamber of Mirrors again anyway. And if this ends up being a really stupid decision, well... oh well. That's not what I want. What I want is just to go through here. I don't know what the point of this lockpick is if I don't lockpick a single door. Rumpus Room. What have we seen from Mr. Alzara lately? Not much. Let's see what the great Alzara has to say. Wait for this.
And
Get flashbanged.
as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Yes, the fog is clearing. I see a shadow in the doorway. Silent footsteps in the hallways. An unlatched gate you did not open. A missing item you did not take. I see a young boy watched from afar. A young boy who once was brave, but now afraid. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Alrighty then. Well, that doesn't feel immediately useful, I'm going to be honest. And the most tantalizing bit of that is the unlatched gate that we didn't open, and it shows one of the gates outside. But as far as I'm aware, the gates that we've seen that are closed, we don't have a way to open them, and the one that is open we've already been through, so maybe this is a hint to, like, go check outside if you haven't done that yet. But I feel like this is, what, the 3rd or 4th prediction from Alzara now? I don't remember how many we've seen. And if you got that far without going outside, like, open your eyes, bro. We've been there. It's right here. That's going to have a treasure. Will that treasure be something we need, though? Alright. This is good, but den is better because we want more. Break room is also good, but it blocks us off a bit. So we're going to take the den. So what am I going for now that I've got a second funeral parlor? Of course, today it doesn't matter. I have the Chamber of Mirrors. It does mean I don't really ever have to worry about gems again, considering, like, I've trashed the cost of the trophy room, which will get us gems. How rare is the trophy room? It's rare, yeah. And I've trashed the cost of the passageway. Having 2 of these is now going to let me get a lot of gems. There definitely are better rooms you can get. In my main file, I have 2 aquariums, which is really nice because aquariums count as every color room and they have a T-shaped junction, so it's really cool to have 2 aquariums in your draft pool. 2 funeral parlors is fine. It's not going to hurt me at all to have that, but it's certainly not as exciting as the other stuff. Armory? We're not going to get the axe in here, that's for sure. I don't mean like it could have actually been there. I mean, I knew we weren't going to get it because we don't have the money for it. But I can take this. Oh, would I prefer to have this? Morning Star. I already have the sledgehammer for this, but I'll gain a star. I don't care as much. Can light... Oh, hold on a second. I've been ignoring this guy. Can light candles and ignite fuses. I can use this to light the candles in the... Oh, okay. Alright. I'm going to take this because there's that candle room we saw way back when, and I've never had the burning glass since. So we're going to use it, but not at this moment. Break room could go... You know, I don't care. I'm putting a passageway. I'm just opening myself up at this point. This will let the dining room have something amazing. Oh, I thought I had the key card. I am just a dummy, then. What did I pick up that I thought was the key card? Was it this? Was it... This has been such a great run in that I've just completely boned myself over, not knowing what I'm doing, not paying attention as much as I should be. The laboratory... That just connects to the antechamber. I could turn the security levels down, but at this point, that's not what I need. What I need is the utility closet. I could get another passageway next to a passageway. I could do this. What would be the purpose of doing this? I'm thinking like more red rooms for the funeral parlor, but I'm not super worried about gems. I could go back to the dining room, get my steps back. But why? It's more steps for the soup in the kitchen. Is there anything in the weight room? There really isn't anything in the weight room. We're gonna do that. So weird to 2 passageways. Passageway would be another good one to duplicate. Uh-huh. It's that weight room again. Like, what? Break room could go here. Maybe I thought I had a key card because I upgraded to the break room and just thought I deserved to have that. It's facing the wrong way. Like, I'd want it to connect to the foundation somewhere, but I don't think I want to put this here. I think I'm going to put the break room here. So this puzzle is the same deal. Like, we just do these. It hasn't changed. 6 squared is 36, minus 16 is 20. 20 plus 6, 20 minus 16 is 4, squared is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2, squared is 4. We got this leaderboard here now. It says 1 point per consecutive dartboard solved during breaks. Each week point total is reset, and weekly leader gets an extended lunch. But it seems like I could only get 7 points then. 1 point per consecutive dartboard solved during breaks. Huh, so I'll never be on that board. We now have this on here. This is just another thing for the terminal password, which we know. And H.S. Sinclair and Ann Babbage are the only 2 in the state with network admin access. We know that's not true because we've been to the admin access now. But Ann Babbage does have access. Staff contracts are no longer kept on the highest rank. Okay, I don't know what that's for. Staff notice. We've seen this staff notice before in the maid's chamber, I think. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived, etc., etc. I'm not reading that again. I only get paid to read each thing once. Hold on, do I want a silver key here? Sure, I'll use the silver key, make sure I get something that connects to the antechamber. Aquarium's good in that spot. It also counts as a red room, so if I do get the funeral parlors showing up. Secret garden can go somewhere around here. There's the vault! There it is! So I would need to get a coat check, though, but I have the vault. Okay. Huh. Well, there's no reason not to take it. There's no reason not to take it if I have it. I mean, now the chances of getting that coat check, I think, are low, just because of the Chamber of Mirrors getting in the way. But, if there's... At the very least, I have it, just in case I get the vault key. If I don't, well, I'm sad again, but the worst that happens is I just don't get it. So these don't go anywhere. I gotta make quite a trek. Let's trek back to the dining room. Oh, I have enough money now for the rest of this. Might as well. Gives me a star. Now, if I draw the weight room, I would love to take it because the night shield's going to protect me from the weight room. Go foundation. Let's go foundation first because we can dig up some stuff in here. Maybe potentially something good. I mean, really, the only things you're going to be digging up, you're going to get coins, you're going to get keys, and you're going to get turnips. It's kind of the only thing you're going to be finding. Uh-huh. Now I can't find a utility closet to save my life. It's very funny. I'm going to redraw here. Funeral parlor, I guess, because now I can get more gems. What's... Oh, that's just the trim on the wall. We haven't been in here yet, actually. This is very different looking. Nobody in there, thank goodness. But there is this pamphlet, Herbert S. Sinclair, Baron of Mount Holly, 1920 to 1993. To the dreams I keep, to the schemes I cling, to my task, let it last, let it sleep. To the friends I made, to the ends I braved, of the past, let it last, let it sleep. To the steps I laid, just to call it a day, one last draft, let it last, let it sleep. To my soul bequest, to the last roll left, oh my mask, let it last, let me sleep. Okay, just a little poem there. As far as I'm aware, there's not a puzzle connected to this, but who knows? I mean, it'd be kind of cruel to do that, because if you picked a different upgrade, you'd never see the puzzle. The white box is false. The blue box is false. The gems are in a box with a false statement. I think this is just going to lead to the same box regardless. Like, if this is true, and that is... No, hold on. If the white box is false, if this is true, this is false, which means this is true, the gems are in this box. If this is false and the white box is true, the blue box is false, the gems are in a box with a true statement, which is the white box. Yeah. Alright. Give me one of the things I need. Ballroom is not a good thing here. I don't need this at all. I have so many keys. What would I be looking for? Coat check is what I'd be looking for. It's the primary thing I need. I mean, ivory dice would help me get there, but not a chance. Archives is a bad idea here. Locked trunk could get me ivory dice. I don't want a second rumpus room because Alzara does not give extra predictions. Ivory dice. There we go. I have a chance to get a coat check, but it is not a very high chance. I only have so many more rooms to draft. They have to be here, and because I didn't get the freaking key card like I thought I did, I really bungled that. There's a big chance that I get security blocked shortly after this next step. Quickest way to dining room is straight through. Second star to the right, straight on till morning. And that's blocked off because I need to do... No. Is it this one? Well... No. There. Well, I guess in the future, I'm not really going to focus on that Chamber of Mirrors. If I see it, I'm probably going to ignore it unless I want to take the risk on adding a new room to my draft pool. But otherwise, I don't want to see that because it really gets in the way. Let's go back to the secret passage through here. I also want to make sure I leave myself enough steps to go outside and use the burning glass. Not the burning glass, the self-lighting torch I have. Break room. Ooh, see, this gives me one last chance for a coat check. Whereas a T-shaped room gives me another chance. Uh-huh. One more. Okay, so one of these two. No matter what, walk-in closet's going to give me extra gems because of the ladies' chamber. I'm going to take this. It really doesn't matter. This key. Oh, it's going to spread everything to the conference room as well. I don't need it because I'm not really drafting a lot of rooms now. I'm basically hoping for a coat check. And I didn't get it, which means what could I do? I don't have the key card, so none of that. None of these are helpful then. So let's just put this in here so I can get my steps back. And then get the heck out and go to the area. It's been a long enough time that... Oh, treasure map. I mean, there's not going to be anything here I need for the day. Anyway, what I was thinking, it's been a long enough time since I've been down to this area that the chances are you've probably forgotten, but that's okay, I forgive you. But we went to this room where we saw the map of the underground, I think, or a torn up part of the map of the underground. Yeah, coins and gems. At this point, no more rooms to draft, so it kind of doesn't do anything. We might be able to make an item here. No. There's really nothing we can make with these. The shovel plus battery pack, we would need something else. The sledgehammer plus battery pack, we'd need something else. That's okay. I won't get too angry with the game for not giving me what I want. Alright, well, we got sort of blocked on the vault again. But it's not a completely wasted day. The thing we're about to do is pretty useful. For one reason we'll see in a moment. At least I hope I got this right. I should have gotten this right. If not, then I'll feel like a real idiot. I already did two idiotic things today, so I hope not to make a third. Ah, that's right. If we just lower this slightly, we can use that boat. But I haven't got the pump room in a while because I haven't really been focusing on it. So down here, there was this room, which has this symbol on it and this. So we can light these candles with the torch. Yet another reason to keep the armory around. It makes it much easier to find this item so you don't have to worry about the burning glass. Nice. A secret passage. That's blocked off that way, so we'll just head over here. Oh, another foreman's log from 1915. After waiting the better part of 3 weeks for the equipment to be carefully hoisted down the cliffside one piece at a time, the wait is finally over. Today we begin our formal foray into the mountain and begin excavation on the first tunnel, the first of many. To prevent future delays, Thomas Sinclair has generously volunteered to install a freight lift to facilitate both personnel transport. However, after seeing his ornate designs, one can't help but feel the Baron's delicate taste might be better suited for the ballroom crowd. Regardless of the particulars, I'm sure my crew won't object to riding down to the tunnels in fashionable style. This might be referring to the elevator that we unlocked from the gas valves. The ornate designs, yeah. We have a door. Okay, I can hear a waterfall. It's quite loud in my ears. Don't know about yours. Oh, and we've seen this. We've been here. We can't commit suicide, so the game's going to stop us there. And we're back down at the chess puzzle. Oh, right, if I had a power hammer. Ah. So we're not going to be able to solve this because we didn't get the rooms we need. Although we did get a room with the queen in it. The king is in the office, I think, which we didn't make. So I think we had every other piece, though. Is that right? We definitely had pawns there everywhere. Queen, bishop, knight would be the observatory, which was... Did I make an observatory today? Oh, where else would I put the knight? Oh, the armory has one. The armory has one just right out in the open. Who is the rook? There's a rook in the nook, but there's another place. Oh, the vault has the rook. So yeah, we would have had it if I had drafted an office. I could have done this. But I don't want to do it. I want to keep the armory for a while. So this is basically just a second passage down to this area. Second route to this passage. We can't go up from here, though the elevator's not here, and we can't call it from here, which is a little silly. But what it means is that in future runs, we can go down the elevator from the start, and then... Where's the doorway here? And then we can come through here and take this secret passage into the underground area, so we no longer need the fountain to be drained. We can fill up the fountain and still get down here. We don't need the fountain, and we don't need the tomb, if that means anything. I think that's all I'm going to do for today, though. I don't think there's anything else that's worth doing. So I'm going to make my way all the way to this break room, which is going to be difficult, considering I can't get across to the... No, it's not that difficult. I just need to remember the other passage down here. I was going to... Oh, no, I don't have the key card. I can't call the elevator. I was going to say, instead of going all the way through the mansion, I was going to do the shortcut. But I can't do the shortcut because I don't have a key card. To get the key card, I need to do this trick with the break room. Which just in case I don't have enough steps, we're going to buy this tomato soup, which is worth 20. I know I went through the den. I mean, I'm sure I have enough steps, but it's always good to make double sure. Let me go this way. Oh, hold on. I can't believe I didn't see that, like, ever. Hold on. Look at it. Right there as I was walking in. I was trying to look at these, and then I looked up. There's a knight in here. Alright, I don't need the observatory to make the knight. Or the armory. I can just put it in the security room. No, not that way. This way. I'm sure there was a less circuitous route. Through Alzara's house. And then around this way. Yeah, there's a knight in there. And to the break room. We're going to call it a day right here. Alright, not the best day I've had, but it was nice to do the Chamber of Mirrors puzzle. We got ourselves a second funeral parlor, which is going to be good for gems. And then we opened up the secret passage to the underworld from the fountain side without having to use the fountain. So all in all, a pretty good day. I'm going to end it there and see people in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.